Good evening. It's the 22nd of March in the evening. It's 5:48 p.m. where I am located. Today, we're going to have a look at one of the bots and the setups I have using 3Commas. We're going to do a little bit of back testing, and I'm going to take you through one of the tokens that I trade. But before we get into it, we're going to start with the Bitcoin chart as always. Now, Bitcoin on the 4-hourly is looking quite good. We're back over that 28K region. We seem to be going okay in that regard. So, if I change to the 4-hourly on this chart, see where we're at. Very good. Bit of divergence happening here. If we go back to the daily, let's see what we're looking at. We've got pretty good run. Whether we're going to get to 30K, I do believe we've got some important news in the next several hours coming out about interest rates, whether it's going to be 0.25, 0.5 of a percentage increase in interest rates. That will create some volatility in the market. However, for now, I'm pretty confident that in the Bitcoin story. So what we'll do, we might have a look. What I'm going to do is take you through one of the bots that I have. It is a multi-pair long bot. It is only trading several of the highest market cap coins. We've got ADA, BNB, Doge, Ethereum, Matic, and XRP, all paired with Bitcoin as the base currency. As you know, only trade with Bitcoin as the base currency, no other stable coins. We're going to go through the settings and do some back testing, in particular on ADA. I do have this running at the moment. There's 3 trades that we're in. We've got ADA, Doge, and Matic running. You can see in particular the ADA trade, it's taken 9 safety orders of 16. Okay, so it's eaten up quite a bit. ADA Cardano has pushed up against its Bitcoin pairing in the last few hours. As you can see, it just kept going down and down and bleeding against Bitcoin. And you would have seen my previous video was alts bleeding against Bitcoin, and then it started to work its way back up. So we've got to get to a position where we can exit this trade. But what I might do for the purpose of this is set up one of the back testers, which essentially will calculate the experience in DCAing into particular coins. Now, this particular bot, I'll run through the settings. I'll transfer it over to the back tester, and then we might have a look at it against ADA on the Bitcoin pairing. So we've got these several coins, 6 coins to be exactly. We've got max active deals of 6. Now, our base order size is the same as our safety order size. So for this purpose, I've got 0.005 Bitcoin. If I convert that, it's about $140 for the base trade. Now, as we dollar cost average into that, we're going to add another 0.005 Bitcoin, add a price deviation of 2% from the previous order. We're going to have max safety orders of 16. We're going to have max active safety orders of 7. That can really be whatever you like. We're going to have a safety order volume scale and safety order step scale of 1.11. So as we go down, the volume of the next trade is going to increase by 1.11, and also the step scale, the distance between the previous order, by 1.11. What I might do to demonstrate what that looks like, I'll just remove these other ones just so we've got a single coin there. This is only on ADA. So the max it can use for this particular trade is 0.2 of a Bitcoin. And that's providing it fills every safety order. Now we're allowing for a max price deviation of 78%. So against Bitcoin, that would need to go down 78% before we run out of orders. So it's rather conservative and rather safe, and something that I feel that I can run in any condition. However, it's not uncommon that you'll get, an 80, 85, 90% drop in any altcoin. However, this is a pretty conservative and safe bot in my opinion. Now, having a look at the table, that'll explain a bit. You can see here our base order where we're doing the 0.005, and then after a 2% deviation, we're adding another order. And then you can see here after 4.22, which is basically this number times it by the volume factor. And you'll see as we get deeper, the deviation gets bigger, and the actual volume that we add increases as well. So once we fill our back order and all 16 safety orders, we've actually got a volume of 0.2 of a Bitcoin out there. So 0.2392314. Okay, that's how much is out there and invested in this particular trade. So what we might do, I'm using was it Gavin's backtester, purchased through the Trading Parrot. I highly recommended. It will basically map out some of the parameters. So what we might do is fill that out. So we've got 0.005. Our safety order is 0.005. We had a max safety order count of 16. Price deviation of 2. Safety order volume scale of 1.11. Safety order step scale of 1.11. And our target profit, I find a good number for this particular trade is 3%. I want lots of them, so I want it to work hard to find out how it's going to go. Now, I'm not using any leverage, never do. Volume filter 10 Bitcoin, which is going to be quite easy to do. That's within the last 24 hours, making sure that we've got 10 Bitcoin at least in volume. Now, with the deal start condition, we're going to set it to ASAP. I'm not really too fussed about when to do this. Based on the market conditions, I'm happy for it just to, once it's completed the last trade, open a new one, and away we go. So there are all the settings. So what we might do is I'll remove this and I'll make this a little bit bigger. We might have a look at the performance. It's just calculating the performance. Get rid of that to make it a bit cleaner. You can see here that it's taken its order here, safety order 1, safety order 2, safety order 3. As it goes down, it's bringing down the actual take profit. And you can see by the time it gets down to this particular take profit level, it's actually below where we started. Now, looking at the statistics on this particular one is it over 445 days, it closed 24 deals of an average of 4.69 APR per annum. Required capital is 0.24, which is that number we came up with before. And down here, you can see that bars in deals, we've got 5.2 average, but in terms of our numbers, we've got a cover deviation of 78%, and then safety orders max of 15. Average is 3.43. So on average, it'll fill 3.43 safety orders per trade. However, in some instances, it has dropped to safety order number 14, where there was one trade. But you can see a majority of them are within the first 3 safety orders. So 6.22. Now you can see this particular trade, it actually maps and marries with what I'm talking about, and I might try and fit that on the screen. Here we've got it where we started, and then we've gone down. We're filled up to safety order number 10, and then we're starting to move up, and hopefully we'll get out of this quite soon. You can see coiling up a bit. Hopefully it's not going to break down and come back down. Hopefully now that Bitcoin has run, and the altcoins are going to follow. So that's what the backtesting does. It's not the greatest return. A lot of the top altcoins, within the top 10, they're slow movers. So you're not going to get a really significant return. However, I look at it from the perspective of it's rather safe. So when the market's doing nothing, going sideways, a very uncertainty about the direction it's going, it's pretty much a safe bet to run any of these within 3 commas. So that's taken you through this particular trade setup. There's no other parameters you need to know. Pretty straightforward. Set that up, have a play around, make sure you backtest before you do anything, and then you'll get a good outcome in the longer term. So hopefully this particular ADA trade our Cardano trade is going to play out. We needed to get to 3%. You can see within the last 24 hours, it has corrected 10.27. So we just needed to push up a bit higher and get out of that. I've got another couple of trades here. I've got Doge and Matic. I think because I had Matic or this bot to set open ASAP, it bought Matic at the top, and it's been bleeding ever since. But really confident in Matic as a product, and hopefully we can work our way out of that before we get to safety order number 16. It's interesting because Cardano and Doge have moved today and Matic have not. So I might just show you what that looks like. I'll get rid of some of this. Try and clean it up a bit so it's easier to see. Let's see if we've got a daily chart. We can get a bit more on that. Maybe we'll do the hourly. So you can see here there's been a bit of movement on Cardano. Let's have a look at Doge, BTC. Only a little bit of movement, not as much as Cardano. It started to move a little bit, but if we have a look at Matic against BTC, it has done pretty much nothing. Okay, it's still sort of floating around this mark. However, I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to pull straight out of that once we probably look. We seem to be hitting quite a bit of support here, so hopefully we just pump back out of it and exit that trade. So here we are. It is okay. Covered everything we need to, talking about Cardano and DCA through 3 commas. I'm going to be doing a bit of a more in-depth 3 commas DCA tutorial probably in the next couple of weeks, where we'll go into really in-depth through some of the parameters, and in particular the backtesting. I think that the most important thing about using dollar cost averaging and trading the way I do, and to be successful, is making sure that you backtest, making sure that you don't go into trades blindly, and always understand the risk that's involved. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Really appreciate the growth that the channel has received over the past few weeks. Thank you.